because I think a lot of what has happened was manipulated by KGB.
Right.
The Iranians were actually without a kind of guilt with that.
Of course, we can talk about the Tudeh party, the Iranian Communist Party, how the Soviets watched with quiet approval, how they hoped that leftist influence would take over, commie leftist mentality would reign. They did not support Khomeini directly. They were suspicious of his ideology. They didn't fund or arm the revolution. They didn't control post-revolution outcomes. I mean, the Soviets. They were gamblers in the same game, but not exactly in the same way. Where they're sitting there with the Shah, they're sitting there with a revolution, with a guy who's sitting in fucking France. They're not the ones sitting there calling him and saying, "Hey, by the way, we've talked to the military. Stand down." Like, we've really fucked up that situation. I'm not saying it's all in the hands of the Americans, but we haven't gambled correctly a lot of the time.
So they have gambled bad once?
Not just once, multiple times.
Well, and this turnaround, Mr. President is going to solve all the problem with that wise wisdom that he has.
You're making that correlation. I'm not making that correlation. I merely brought up to the room that this concept and idea in which we can just go ahead and generalize about every single conflict within the Middle East as if our blueprint, which we've tried to quote unquote copy paste with, is something that is applicable to the Iranian people. You and I both know that Iran is not some sort of weak state. Economically, national identity-wise, people actually being united. They may not have the exact same solution on what the opposition should look like or what transition should look like, but there's not one Iranian person that does not understand that the IRGC is their oppressor and that things need to change. And people here are wondering, well, how can we support the Iranian people? Maybe start looking into the actual viable and diverse voices in which are the opposition, instead of us sitting here saying that, oh my God, how do we not get involved in a war that we've played no role in? I think that it's good for me to just open up the perspective.
My dear Roya, I wish you and me, myself, to once celebrate freedom or free Iran, together in Tehran. This is from you and for my part. But this very moment is, I think,
John, the room is ending. I don't think that we want to continue the conversation. I can't get into a deep convo over geopolitical, what the Soviets did in the 1970s. I mean, unless we want to.
First of all, I feel very honored that both of you are here. Both of you are my friends. So let's call it a day. We have to we continue this conversation, I'm sure, today and through the week. So let's see you around. As I walk this wicked world.
Someone did the copyright music.
Times of it, Israel is reporting missiles were launched at both Qatar and Iraq.
That's zero.
Go ahead, Curtis.
Okay, so I just want to say something. Khomeini is dead, apparently. One at a time. So, apparently Trump says he wants complete takeover of Iran. Well, that's the opposite of what the TOA claimed the White House said. Trump saying he wants complete takeover of Iran.
Like, he just got in the Situation Room. I don't believe that.
And Qatar's foreign ministry spokesperson strongly condemns Iranian attacks.
Everybody say goodbye to Iran. Let's not get hyperbolic.
I literally want to fly towards Turkey. Just one.
Why?
I don't like Turkey. I believe Turkey's the next one.
Well, I thought you wanted to go to.
No, I'm saying I think one needs to fly towards Turkey.